Hello and welcome to another year in review. This one is for 1935, which saw 23 cartoons released. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing as it supports the channel and it allows you to follow along with the videos I do. As always, I will go over the following points: the overview of the year, my overall thoughts, my favourite cartoons, my least favourite cartoons, an animated showcase, and a conclusion. So without further ado, let's get on to it. Here is a list of the cartoons released this year, with the first cartoon being Buddy of the Legion. Mr. and Mrs. is the name. Country Boy.
We know what you're thinking, naughty boy. Better stop your slinking, naughty boy.
Buddy's Theatre. I Haven't Got a Hat.
I tip my hat to you. I do just that. Take it right off for you, but I haven't got a hat.
Buddy's Pony Express. A Long Flirtation Walk.
With you, someday to accompany you, a long flirtation walk.
My Green Fedora.
Somewhere my green fedora, fedora.
Buddy in Africa. Buddy's Lost World.
Land, Bongo, land.
Into Your Dance.
In the sad blue song, go into your dance.
Buddy's Bug Hunt. The Country Mouse.
Oh, I'm big and rough, and boy, I'm tough. I'm the strongest in our county.
Buddy Steps Out.
Hello, buddy. Come in.
The Merry Old Soul. Buddy the G-Man. The Lady in Red.
Yeah, yeah. She's the lady in red. The fellas are crazy for the lady in red.
A Cartoonist's Nightmare.
I gotta finish tonight.
Hollywood Capers.
Beans is the name. One of the Boston beans.
Little Dutch Plate.
With a little Dutch shelf just above a little Dutch grate. There's a plate on the shelf in the little Dutch picture and a girl on the little Dutch plate.
Gold Diggers of 49. Billboard Frolics.
Merrily we roll along, Bob 'em off and me. When he plays his fiddle, I just go on a spree.
And Flowers for Madam. 1935 was another transformative year for the studio, although the effects of these changes would not be felt until the following year. The year started off as it had from 1934, with Friz Freleng directing Merry Melodies, which he would do for all of 1935, and Jack King and Ben Hardaway directing the Buddy shorts. Ben Hardaway would end up directing his last short for a while until 1938 with Buddy in Africa. He would return being a story man and a gag man for the studio. By this point, it had become obvious that Buddy was not the success the studio had hoped for, so Leon Schlesinger tapped Friz Freleng to design potential new starring characters for the studio, including Miss Cud, Beans the Cat, Porky and Oliver Owl, Ham and X, and Miss Kitty. These characters first appeared in I Haven't Got a Hat, which was a short inspired by the Our Gang series of shorts. Porky would end up being the standout character, with his unique stuttering voice provided by Joe Doherty, who had a real-life stutter. However, Beans was tapped to be the next star, and so when Buddy's run ended with his final short, Buddy the G-Man, Beans would appear solo in the short A Cartoonist Nightmare, which was quite similar to the recent Buddy shorts. Jack King would direct this and the next outing for Beans. However, it was his third and final short of the year that ended up being considered to be something truly special. Fred Tex Avery first began his animation career working at the Walter Lantz studio as an animator on their Oswald the Lucky Rabbit shorts, and had later claimed to have directed a few shorts uncredited while he was there. Tex ended up at the Leon Schlesinger studio in late 1935, and had ended up convincing Leon to head up his own production unit of animators to create cartoons his own way. Leon ended up putting Tex's unit in a bungalow on the Warner Brothers backlot that would later be known as Termite Terrace, due to the termite population within the building. There, the unit at Termite Terrace would focus on the black and white shorts. Tex would end up making one cartoon in 1935 called Gold Diggers of 49, which starred their newest starring character Beans, but would feature in a supporting role Porky Pig. Porky ended up stealing the show in this cartoon, which was a short that was almost unlike anything anyone had seen at the time. Only the Popeye shorts of the time could rival this short in terms of its energy. Two other firsts would occur during 1935. There would be the first appearance of Merrily We Roll Along, the music of which would become the theme of the Looney Tunes series.
We roll along, rob 'em off and me. When he plays his fiddle, I just go on a spree. It's a cinch that every time I go on the air, I just look around and find old rob 'em off there.
Every time I think that I'm about to have fun, Eddie brings his 5 kids in. I think he's a bum.
So we razz each other, it's all in song, as we merrily roll along.
Warner Brothers would also finally be able to use the 3-strip Technicolor process due to the exclusivity deal with Walt Disney now being over. The first short to use this new process was 1935's Flowers for Madame. Now on to my overall thoughts. 1935 was just a strange year for me. It was a year of many firsts, but since they don't fully take hold until the following year, they don't really mean too much in this batch. Sure, we had the first appearance of Porky, but he wouldn't reappear again until later, and even then, he's still not even the star. Most of the cartoons in this year are forgettable, and I would put them in the same boat as most of the releases from 1934. At least there are no more Buddy cartoons, and thank goodness for that. Now on to my favourites. Is there really any contest this year? One cartoon that was released this year that was miles ahead of anything else on offer. Nothing else even comes close to this one. Of course, it's the Gold Diggers of 49. It was just so refreshing to watch this short surrounded by more subpar efforts from the studio at the time. It was like finally having a hot fudge sundae after eating nothing but raw broccoli for ages. This of course counts as the best Beans and Porky short. For completeness sake though, I will add my favourite Buddy short of the year and my favourite Merry Melody short of the year. For Buddy, it was Buddy's Pony Express. This short has some really solid gags and was really fast paced in the second half of the cartoon. To be honest, this one actually wasn't that bad. Buddy the G-Man would be a solid runner-up for me. The biggest challenge was picking a favourite Merry Melodies this year, but if I had to pick one, it would be Country Mouse. The song in the beginning was really catchy, and a lot of the gags are very Popeye-esque. It also showcases Friz's amazing timing, and would be a hint to the great cartoons he would yet to make. A Long Flotation Walk would be a solid runner-up for me. Now on to my least favourites of 1935, and boy was there a lot to choose from this year. Now for Beans, sure there was only 3 cartoons, but my least favourite out of the 3 would have to be Hollywood Capers, simply for the fact that the second half just goes nowhere, and the short just ends. It's as though there was just no planning for this short whatsoever. Now with Buddy, I was going to pick Buddy in Africa due to the terrible racial depictions of Africans, but at the very, very least it had a few minor sections that were funny that didn't involve the Africans. Instead, I'm picking Buddy Steps Out. This one was just strange and it was painfully unfunny, and I just didn't care about what was going on. While not as bad as Buddy's Day Out, this one is very close. With the Merry Melodies, there was just so many bland and unfunny choices, it would be easier to say all of them, or at least 99% of them. But if I did have to choose one, it would be Country Boy. I mean, my goodness, this one was so painfully dull. I actually didn't even want this one to be my 100th commentary. Nothing funny in this one. It's just pure blandness. Now, with that out of the way, it's time for the animation showcase. Do you think I can come up with a lot of funny moments for you? Well, let's find out.
Don't never do that.
Listen, my children, and you shall hear the midnight ride of Paul Revere. On the 18th of April in 75, hardly a man is now alive who remembers that famous day and year. Half a leg onward rode the 400. Forward, the light brigade charge it to me, he said. Cannon to right of them. Cannon to left of them. Into the jaws of death and
Hark, hark, a little birdie has begun to sing. The north wind has ceased, for now it is spring. Oh, look, the little birdie has started to fly. Oh, dear, I'm so happy I almost could cry.
Give me that axe. You're getting to be a darn sissy.
Get to work! Get to work! What's the idea? Get to work!
Stop! Hey, let me go! What's the matter with you? You can't get away with that! Let me go!
Hey, let go of him.
Hey, let me...
Don't you dare hit him. You handsome man.
Gold? Be darned. Well, that's my
So that was an overview of 1935, which was mostly an ordinary year, but one that ended up setting the seeds for what would affect the studio for years to come. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time.